Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Rahara Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone that continue to rule very well. And Shalom to the Holy elect that's continually plowing in this work, that's giving our diligence to make your calling and election sure, and our faith, true, and sincerity. And now, our topic of this video is going to be entitled, "The Kingdom Shall Be Taken by Force." Alright, because in the time to come, our Lord, who these people initially call Jesus, which is a true name in the ancient Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai, is going to come back and he's going to completely decimate this place and retake the, or should I say, he's going to take the kingdom and assert his rulership over the planet Earth. Alright? Because see, what the people don't understand is that the Lord is a man of war. Alright? He deals in warfare, man. Alright, and he's gonna come back in like manner as a warrior. Okay? Because, scriptures speak about him returning. He said, when he returns, he's not gonna meet you as a man. Alright, so he's not gonna come back the same way that he did before in the flesh, back when he was back in the ancient world, when he was teaching his disciples and he was teaching the people. So when he comes back, it's going to be no more talking during that time, man. All right, because all the talking has been done already. Back when he started the ministry, when he did the work, and then his disciples, who became apostles, did the work, and now up until this point, we're doing the work. And the whole time, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai has been talking the whole time and telling you what rebuking our people, rebuking his kingdom. All right, prophesying. And now it's going to come to a point in time to where all the talking is going to be done away with, man. All right, it's going to be no more talking. It's going to come to action, man. All right, the sins has already been put out. All right, and the judgment is set. Okay, so in the time to come, the judgment is going to be enacted, man. All right, and this kingdom is going to be taken out, and the kingdom is going to be taken by force. All right, by our Lord Yahweh Shai. Also, along with the election of 144,000, man. Because see, the Lord's not going to come back and ask for the kingdom and, beg for the kingdom back and nothing like that, man. All right, when he comes back, he's going to pry it out of the hands of Esau, which is the so-called white man. Okay? So, I want to go ahead and jump into the scriptures. This is Daniel, the 7th chapter and the 18th verse. Because see, Esau, he fears that too, man. All right, because the so-called white man has a long record of big body and everybody, bullying all the other nations into bending towards the will of Esau by way of war. All right, thinking that nobody can stand up to Esau in the military. But the thing is that when the Lord returns, Esau is not going to stand a chance, man. All right, because the power that Esau is going to be fighting against is spiritual. All right, and it's going to be made manifested in the physical realm, man. All right, so they're going to be coming up against an angelic force, which they can't handle, man. That's why, you see Esau building up his military and not the military, but he's building up his defense system in outer space. All right, there's a reason why Esau created a space program. All right, and he has NASA that's set up because he knows that the Lord's going to return from the outer reaches of heaven. Okay, so this is the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter, in the 18th verse. It says, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever." All right, so there is, man. It says the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, man. Okay, and Yahweh Shai is going to be the one to head this conquest, man. All right, because he's the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, man, like the scriptures say. And he's going to come back and conquer like the king that he is. All right, so the saints of the Most High is going to take the kingdom, man. They're not going to ask for the kingdom. They're going to take it out of the hands of Esau. All right, you're going to snatch it away, pry it out of his hands. All right, and we're going to possess the kingdom forever, man. That's going to be an everlasting kingdom. This is the last cycle of kingdoms to rule, man. Esau is the last person to rule, and then after Esau's rulership is done, all right, and his kingdom is taken down, then the Lord's going to assert his kingdom, all right, set up his kingdom, and his kingdom is going to be it's going to be a continual rule forever, man. Okay. Now I want to grab another precept. This book of Daniel, it's like not Daniel, Matthew's, the 11th chapter and the 12th verse. It says, "And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence," man. And how did it suffer violence? Who did it suffer violence from? Esau, the so-called white man. All right, going all the way back to the time of the Greeks, up to the Romans, all the way up until now, man. All right, because the kingdom of heaven is not a huge city that's gonna come out of the skies and break the skies and then land on the ground. No, man, the kingdom of heaven is gonna come by the way of his men. All right. Now, actually, let me close this down. I want to grab another precept. All right. Slacky. I can't type right now. Slacky, I'm in transit. So I'm kind of trying to type and look at the road at the same time. It's Luke the 17th chapter in the 20th verse. Luke chapter 17 verse 20. It says and when it's demanded of the Pharisees, right? It's like it. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered them and said, "The kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation." Okay, neither shall they say, "Lo here," or "Lo there," for behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. All right. So once again, it's not, where it speaks about New Jerusalem and Revelations. It's not talking about a whole city coming down out of the skies, man. He said the kingdom of the Most High is within you. All right. And he told him and said, look, the kingdom of heaven doesn't come by observation, man. All right. It's not something that you can, like for these people, these people think that it's a city, a town, a huge city that's just going to float in the sky and, make its way down majestically. No, man, it's talking about his men, which really, starting with Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai, then stem down to the elect. Okay, that's going to be the foundation that the new kingdom is going to be set up with. All right. So I want to go back. Slacky. Matthew's chapter 11, verse 12, it says, "And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force." All right. And the violent is talking about Esau, man. He's the violent man. All right. And he took this, us by force, man. All right. He conquered the whole world by force. All right. And spread his way of living by force. Everything that this man did is by force, man. All right. And with violence. So guess what? He's going to be taken down the same way, man. The scriptures speak about whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. All right. So I want to grab another precept. It's Revelations, the 12th chapter. And start at verse 7. It said, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels." All right. Because see, during that time comes, you know, the Lord's going to raise up his army. All right, that's why he's called the Lord of Hosts. You know, if you go into host means armies. All right, that's why he's also known as the Lord of Sabaoth. All right, Sabaoth means the Lord of the Sabaoth means the armies of Israel. Okay, so he's going to raise up his men out of Israel, starting with the elect. And it's going to be all-out war against Esau, man. Because, see, this is going to come after the World War III is after World War III starts, man. All right, you see the armies going to be fighting each other. All right, I'm going to get that in a second, where you see the armies fighting each other, then the Lord returning with his chariots. So once again, it says, and there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. See, the dragon is a representation of Esau, man. Okay, or Edom, the nation of Edom. And what it means by his angels is talking about his armies. Okay, which is going to fight against Michael, which Michael is the head archangel, right? And the angels with Michael is the angels of the Lord, man, which is prepared to take this kingdom down, man. Okay, a good example is Independence Day. All right, even though, you know, they show, you know, so-called aliens or whatever in that movie, but really, man, those so-called UFOs are the chariots of the Lord Yahweh Ba'al Shai, man. And there's no such thing as no aliens with no big heads or, you know, little green men or anything like that, man. The angels are in those chariots, man. Okay. Now I want to grab another precept, then I'm gonna close it on out. Bear with me for a minute. Slack it. All right, now it's 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, and I'll start at verse 2. It says, "And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him." Okay, and it's talking about that man is waxing strong. It's talking about Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, so when he returns, if you go to the book of Isaiah, the 66th chapter and the 15th verse, it goes right along with 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter. All right, when the Lord returns with his chariots. Slacky. Said that when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Okay, man, Yahweh Shai is gonna come back in a stylish way, man. All right, he's gonna come back in style, and he's gonna stun on you, man, just like the Israelite that he is. Okay, mind you, you come out of the tribe of Judah. Okay, so you know it's gonna come back in a bad fashion, man. I'm telling you. Verse 4, it said, "And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire," man. And after this, I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So all these armies are gonna turn their attention towards Yahweh Shai, all right, during this next coming war. Okay, like I said before, World War III is the basically this next coming war is the war to end all wars, man. Okay. Now verse 6 said, "But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not." Okay. Verse 8 says, "After this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet there's fight." All right. So yeah, these armies are gonna are going to turn the fight against the Lord, but they're going to be in fear while they do it, man. All right, fearing for their lives, man, trying to fight to survive, and they're not going to be able to, man. Why is that? Because the Lord is going to take full advantage of the conflict between the armies of Esau and his armies, and completely decimate them, man. Just overtake them. You know how like a lion does with its prey? You know, it plays around with it. You know when you pay attention to the lion, right? When it spots its prey, and then once it gets a hold of it, you know, it's not gonna let go. You know, and it starts to knock it around, play with it. You know, and that's how Yahushua is gonna get down on these armies, man. All right. But see, he's gonna have you think that, you know, you have the upper hand, right? And then he's just gonna come down on you with great force, man. With his overwhelming power that he has. Okay. But now it said, lo, he saw the violence of the multitude that came. He neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. Okay, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. So that's concentrated fire that's coming out of those chariots, man. Okay. Oh, Slocky. Let me go back. It said, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight. So the multitude, those armies are going to be completely turned to dust, man. All right. It said, reading on, it says, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. All right. So when that multitude, those multitudes of armies, all right, which if you go into the word Armageddon, right, which the Hebrew word for Armageddon is Armageddon, which means a mountain of troops. So those mountain of troops are going to be reduced to dust, man. All right. You could just see just the whole multitude of armies, you know, in rank, fighting against the Lord, and then when everything is over with, you know, it's going to be it's going to be a complete desert, man. Like, say for instance, you see a plain, right? Plain, you know, grasslands or whatever. It might be out of desert somewhere, and then they just completely vanish. That's how it's going to be in the time to come, man. Okay. So with that, man, that pretty much wraps up the lesson. Lord's will, the members of the Hope Elect were edified by this video. And until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Rahawah Kwakwadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that continue to rule very well. And shalom to the Hope Elect that's also laboring this truth, that's spreading this ministry and this gospel to the other members of the Hope Elect in all faith, true sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.